The way in which the legacy media is, and the whole cathedral, legacy media, social media, Ben and Jerry's, like all the corporations who are on board with social justice, they're all saying, and Democratic politicians, they're all now saying that this was about white supremacy, and they're pretending that this was all white people. And there are people in the crowd whose eyewitness accounts who've reported on the ground and on what happened. And, this crowd, by all accounts, was very diverse, like a lot of Trump rallies, like a lot of the MAGA stuff.
You can see it in the videos.
Very racially diverse. Yeah. But they want to pretend that it was all white people. And we've heard them pushing these racially divisive narratives. One part of the narrative that they're pushing, one part of it is that this is all white people and that this is about white supremacy. And they are trying to start, they've been trying this for a while. They all through the summer of this year, they've been trying this. It's like they don't just want us to believe in this false right-left dichotomy, because that keeps us infighting, keeps us bickering amongst ourselves, and keeps our eyes off of what the cathedral, what the elitists are doing to us, how they're shutting us down. They're shutting down our businesses. They're harming us while saying it's all in the interest of the public good. They're harming us while saying they're helping us. They're taking our tax dollars. They're using it to bail out corporations. They're participating in this historic transfer of wealth from the middle class and small business owners to corporations. They're participating in all of this. They're printing more money. What is that figure? 20% of all of our dollars were printed in 2020. Like, they're printing more money.
Biden's going to do more.
And he's going to do more. They're taking money out of our pockets, and they're keeping us divided with this fake left-right thing. But they're also keeping us divided by trying to stoke racial tension, by trying to convince people that black and white matters, and that we've been covering this for the past 2 years, but they're trying to do this. And it just made me think of how, isn't it weird that we live in a time where the media is kind of like Charles Manson at this point? Like,
or the Communist Party in the Cold War, intentionally trying to do this in the US. Yeah.
So anybody who's not familiar with the specifics of what Charles Manson, the crazy guy, murderer, cult leader, but if you're not familiar with the specifics of what he believed and what he was teaching, I have this old copy of Helter Skelter. It was funny. I opened it up because I was wondering if I could find the page, and I accidentally opened it up right to the page I was looking for. But this is during testimony in the trial. And this was Charles Watkins being questioned, who was one of the Manson family. And he's talking about what Charles Manson believed and why he did what he was doing. And he said, so here's one of the questions. Did Charlie ever talk to you about a black-white revolution? Yeah, that was Helter Skelter. And he believed it was going to happen in the near future, almost immediately. What did he say about this black-white revolution? How would it come about, and what would it accomplish? It would begin with the black man going into white people's homes and ripping off the white people and physically destroying them until there was open revolution in the streets, until they finally won and took over. Then black man would assume white man's karma. He would then be the establishment. He used to explain how it would be so simple to start out. A couple of black people, some of the Spades from Watts, would come up into the Bel Air and Beverly Hills district, up in the rich Piggy district, and just really wipe some people out, just cutting bodies up and smearing blood and writing things on the wall in blood, all kinds of super atrocious crimes that would really make the white man mad. And then it says, Manson said that a group of real blacks would come out of the ghettos and do an atrocious crime in the richer sections of LA and other cities. They would do atrocious murder with stabbing, killing, cutting bodies, pieces, et cetera, et cetera. So then he says, out of their fear, he said that the murders would cause mass paranoia among white people. Out of their fear, they would go into the ghetto and start shooting black people like crazy. But all they would kill would be the ones that were with Whitey in the first place, and that the true black race, who Manson identified at various times as the Black Muslims and the Black Panthers, wouldn't be affected by it. They would be in hiding and waiting. So then it goes on. I'm not going to read all of it, but he goes on to say he believed that after all of this racial unrest and divisiveness and murder and this racial war, that Black Muslims would take over the world, but he was also racist. He was super racist. And Manson said that they wouldn't be able to run the world because they couldn't handle what white men could do, he said. And so then they would come to him, Charles Manson, to have him run the world.
He was going to run the world.
Yes,
or he was going to negotiate between the two sides.
Yes.
His plan.
Now, there's a lot of craziness in here, but the reason why he started the murders in his messed up, insane brain was he was trying to pin it on Black people. He went ahead and kickstarted this thing he thought was going to happen. And Black people weren't doing this. They weren't going up into Beverly Hills and murdering people and writing piggy on the wall. So he started doing it and hoping that people would think, that white people would think it was Black people doing it. He really wanted to jumpstart this racial war. And
so what you're saying is Charles Manson was ahead of his time.
I'm saying, yes, I'm saying the media makes me think of Charles Manson. Yes, they want a racial war. They want a right-left war. They want it. They want to sell papers. They want to get clicks. They want to get your eyeballs. They want us at each other's throats. It benefits them. And
as you said, because it keeps people distracted from the fact that we're on a farm together and the pigs are busy taking over the farmer's house and rewriting the rules. That's the distraction. They've got the thing that I don't think Animal Farm did have was like the divisiveness on the farm with the animals fighting each other.
Yeah.
And
then it would have
had
been
the pigs like, well, the black sheeps and the white sheeps it's all the black sheep. So it's all the white. Like that would have been a more accurate version of the animal. And the pigs just, going to learn how to walk on 2 feet and hanging out and eating.
Yeah, keep all the other animals fighting with each other, which is what they're really good at. They're really good at that, and we just fall for it. And
meanwhile, they're printing money, which, by the way, is a tax on the poorest people.
Yeah, but they're totally. You turn on the news right now, and all you hear is this racial division. Brené Brown is pushing it. Ben and Jerry's is pushing it. They're all pushing this nonsense, and they are morally culpable for what happens, for anything that comes after this as a result of that. That's what I think.
Of course. Yeah. Someone says the U.S. media is not a phantom ghost. It's run by humans. You can find out who they are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can. Look, that's the sad thing. And the good thing, I guess, is at the end of the day, none of these people are like alien lizard people that you can't control. Like all these people are humans.
Yeah.
So they can be fought by humans.